Psychic attacks, parasites. Warning, this episode might freak some people out. Often called hitchhikers, parasites tend to hook into one's energies and feed while draining the life force. They come in many shapes and forms, such as bugs, spiders, snakes, or leeches. Their colours seem to range from black to greyish green. I have actually seen one in real life, and plenty while looking at the astral levels. The real life one happened in the late 1990s. I was in the same room as my ex-partner and her daughter. Every so often, I would catch a glimpse of something black and spider-like that appeared to be swirling around me. After about half an hour, I said, "What is that?" My partner said, "What?" But my daughter said, "He's got some spider-like creature spinning around him." She didn't seem very surprised by this, but I was. But like most things unusual, they were soon forgotten. It took me a few years to find out what it actually was, and I was told in 2004 by a psychic that I had a parasite that had grown within me, and it had been feeding off my energies. She told me she was able to remove it, but it was a big entity, and it had tentacles with hooks in them, which attached to me. She did this for free. Personally, I think she either failed, or there was another one, because later on I took another look, and I saw one. I have a spiritual soul sword, and I was able to use that to remove it. There's a weird feeling when you actually dig it out. It's almost like a metallic, electric, jerking feeling. And by metallic, it reminds me of what metal tastes like in my mouth. I immediately felt much clearer once I had removed it, and I noticed immediately that those around me seemed to like my energy better. Even though the sword seems to be the weapon of choice in the astral world, I'm pretty sure not everybody has one. So, assuming you don't have a sword, I've been told that another method to remove them is to cover them in a glowy, sparkling golden aura, lift them off, and then ask for your guides or protectors to take them away. I've also, as mentioned, seen them in the astral levels. One of my abilities is to look into the astral with my mind's eye and see what is going on there. I call this ability mind travelling, though some call it mindscaping. It's more common than you might think. It's also a useful way to see if anything is attached to you or to somebody else. Once, I saw this large spider-like creature on a friend's back, and as I removed it, she told me that she felt it going, and she felt better once it had gone. It had been causing her some back pain, and once I removed it, the back pain vanished. Not all parasites can be seen by the mind's eye though. Some hide in what are called astral corridors. Those are places in the astral levels that are hidden. It's generally a good place to hide because no one ever thinks to look there. I gave one near me a shake once, and this massive, bloated, grey leech-like creature fell out. I'm not sure if the fall killed it or if it was dead when it hit the ground, but it certainly seemed dead when I looked at it. It seemed bigger than me, and I suspect it had been feeding off my energies for some time. I don't know if it was natural or planted as an attack on me. I would say that parasites account for many attacks, and they may either use your energy to lay eggs in or feed themselves. It's something that's worth being aware of, and if you're able to see them, then you can actually do something about them. That's it for this episode, and remember, everything exists on some level. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, here are some others you might find interesting. If you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear about them. Leave a comment and maybe even a like.